Welcome to Potawatomi Sportsbook Weekly. This is Austin Herdina here with Eric Osterman, our digital gaming director, and Billy Schmid. And you can find Billy on, was it Fox Sports 920?
Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin 920 and 1070 if you're in that central part of the state.
Excellent. Wonderful. This week, Super Bowl. But before we get into the Super Bowl, I just got to say, trade deadline for the NBA just passed. We still have Giannis. He's still with us.
He's still here.
He's injured, but he's still on the team.
He's still here. He's still with you. He's going to be a part of the team going forward. He might play again, even in 25, 26. I guess I'd be kind of surprised if he does, and maybe we haven't seen the last game that he's played in a Bucs uniform.
Yeah, I just think with that breaking news, we had to start with that. Deadline pass. We made a small trade. What was it? I can't even remember now. What we traded Cole Anthony away
and bring back Badgers legend Nigel Hayes.
That's right. Yeah.
Maybe the best reason why NIL happened in college basketball. If you guys remember, he was on College Game Day with a sign that said "Broke College Student."
Yeah, I remember
his
that.
Venmo account.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he got a ton on that GoFundMe page, but it worked out for him.
Yeah, and he's back in Wisconsin, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, we have the Super Bowl this Sunday. Line right now is 4.5. Seahawks are the favorite. Total is 45.5. Money line prices: Seahawks minus 230, Patriots plus 185. What are you guys thinking right now? Where are you leaning?
So we talked about this a little bit before the show. I'm a little bit surprised that the line hasn't moved a ton, right? I heard some of the talking heads, saying that maybe it could get as high as 6.5. Then there's the people who've been riding the Patriots, the Drake May train, and I think you mentioned they won 16 of their last 17 games, which is incredible. For anybody who's been keeping up with this show, I've been picking against the Seahawks basically since the middle of the season. They proved me wrong the entire time, so I think I'm going to get lucky this week. I'm on the Patriots. I think they get this done.
Don't let a good bit die on the
right.
on the vine like that. I think it's going to be a compelling game, and when you look at teams that get to this point, Austin, right? Like New England, neither of the teams have a lot of Super Bowl experience on the field. A couple of individual players. Cooper Kupp, a Super Bowl MVP from a number of years ago. Milton Williams for the Patriots. He was in the Super Bowl a year ago. But you lean on the guys that have been there, and they've ultimately been on the coaching staff. This is Josh McDaniels' 9th Super Bowl. Mike Vrabel's been in the game a ton. I like the Patriots to keep it within the number because I think they handle everything that goes into the game potentially better than Seattle. I think Seattle's roster's loaded. However, New England's got a little special sauce rolling right now, and I think they keep it within the 4.5.
Yeah, the underdog in the Super Bowl has covered the last 5 years. There's been so many Super Bowls now in a row where the spread has been less than a touchdown. We've seen a lot of good games, and I think Patriots are gonna be there in the end. I think that whether they win or not, that's obviously they're not projected to win, right, by the numbers, but 4.5. Give me the plus 4.5. I like it.
Yeah. Billy alluded to it. I mean, for the Super Bowl, there's so many distractions, right? I mean, you have the media week going on, last week, and you got the extended halftime. You got all of the lights and sounds and all that, and with the Patriots having a coaching staff that knows how to handle that, they probably know how to kind of rein in the excitement for the new players. I don't think that can be discounted.
Yeah, and it's not like they're they moved on from a Hall of Fame coach to Vrabel, right? It's not.
They got that nice pit stop in there to cleanse their palate with Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, but I mean, even before that,
it's just some mediocre coaches. Yeah,
Belichick's not a Hall of Fame coach, apparently. No. I don't know if you guys heard that
just
yet.
Okay.
Robert Kraft, not a Hall of Fame owner either.
No, unbelievable. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Your guess is as good as mine. Never allow the media's ability to grandstand cease to amaze you, Austin.
I'll tell you what, though.
They'll always find another way.
The Super Bowl is a lot of fun, and you have 2 weeks leading up to the game, so there's so many different bets that we like to put out. We have almost, I think it's 1,200 bets available right now. Even fun stuff like who wins the coin toss or whether it's heads or tails. Pretty small juice, only minus 103 on both sides. You're not going to find much better than that. I've seen other books out there with minus 105 or minus 110 on those. So, minus 103 juice on both sides. Who knows? Maybe we'll take a lot of money on heads and we'll have to lower the juice on tails. I don't know.
Austin, I know Like Al Snow would say, what do we want?
Heads.
Give us heads. Minus 103. I'll be proud for it on the coin toss. I think one of my other favorites on a fun one that I haven't seen anywhere else is the time of the last play being completed after 10:15 Eastern time, so 9:15 Central. I'm on the over. I mean, Bad Bunny, he's going to have himself a phenomenal day.
Yeah.
There's no lights to potentially go out, Eric, but I got a feeling this thing's going to last a little longer.
Maybe the most hyped halftime show that we've had in a very long time. Not good hype.
It's the only one that has competition, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm right there with you. That could be a show that, you never want to miss the halftime show, but really don't want to miss this one.
Luckily, though, we have that built-in excuse where you're going to miss it probably because it's right during bedtime.
That's true, yes. Yeah, exactly. This is my first Super Bowl in the Central Time Zone, so I'm going to have to get used to that. I'm used to the game starting at that, 3:20. It's over by
It changes the snack consumption as to when you lay out the treats. Yeah, it's true. You're going to have to get used to it.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, impromptu trivia for you two. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to start with Eric and then go right here to Billy.
Okay.
I want you guys to name Super Bowl halftime performers in the history of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Name one.
Justin Timberlake.
The Who.
Shakira.
The Rolling Stones.
Oh, you guys are ready for this.
Eminem.
This is on the spot, by the way. I gave them I didn't tell them I was going to do this.
Prince.
Yeah. Well, that was fantastic.
That was
the
one of the
rain
best
was
ones.
coming down.
Yep.
I watched a documentary on that, and he when he was told it was going to be raining at halftime, he's like, "Is there a way we can tell God for it to rain even harder?"
It's just incredible. What an incredible musician.
Oh, that was
Different
amazing.
level.
Yeah.
Different level of a lover.
You got one?
Oh, boy. Maroon 5, did they do one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Did they actually?
I think so.
My God. Beyonce.
Yep.
Kind of twice.
Oh, jeez. I'm out.
Who was with Timberlake?
Oh,
Why
well,
did-
I didn't know. Can we
Listen.
Remember that one?
I
Three
do
guys in
remember.
there. I think everybody's
Yes.
going to remember the Janet Jackson thing,
I didn't
Austin.
want to name one from the same performance. I thought that might be a little cheap.
I remember
but-
Coldplay in San Francisco one year.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
Whitney Houston did one in like the late 80s
Was
or 1990.
Coldplay when they did it with Bruno Mars or whatever? Bruno
been.
did a part of it, and that was another one where people thought it was going to be terrible, and then they're like, wait, Bruno Mars
I
is
think
awesome.
Usher just did one last year or year before. Usher was good.
Well, they announce one person that does the halftime show, and then there's 8 other performers that come out.
true.
So I'm actually curious to see who Bad Bunny brings out this year.
Katy
Could be
Perry
good.
did one. She
Well,
rode like a dinosaur or something.
I don't think it'll be Nicki Minaj from what I'm hearing.
That
I don't
you're
know if
probably
you're
right. Maybe Adam Sandler will make him and Bad Bunny are buddies from the most
they?
recent Happy Gilmore movie.
Who was
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's tag team partner? Maybe that's who will jump out.
Oh, I don't know, but he was one hell of a wrestler. I don't know.
He was
if you
pretty
saw that.
solid.
That pay-per-view they did in his home country, that was phenomenal.
Better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah.
Super Bowl is just a fun time. I mean, not only the bets, but just it's the pageantry of the day. We're going to be busy from the time we open in the morning, 9 a.m., all the way through kickoff and all the way after the game, cashing people out. But we're going to have all of our windows open, all 6 at our side of the room, all 4 on the other side of the room. If you have your QR codes, bring those, get your bet in right away. It's going to be awesome. We're ready for everyone to come in. We got 94 kiosks. I mean, this is awesome. This is the biggest day of the year for us, and we're excited.
Now, I assume that at the window or at the kiosk, you push the QR code. You want people to have the QR code. Not only because it makes everyone's life a little easier, Austin, I would assume, but for me, I get nervous when I get to the kiosk and I'm sitting there and I'm scrolling through and I'm punching and then I forget like 4 different things I wanted to play. That's the best part of actually having it in front of you because then you don't mess it up once you get here.
Yeah, you can get your bet prepared ahead of time. I mean, I like to do this new segment we call At the Window. If we want to throw that up on the board, if we have that ready. But
Let's hit that window.
Have your bets ready. That is number one right now. This time of year, you're going to have people in line. You're going to be in line potentially, right? During that time, maybe figure out what you want. When you get to the window, though, we like to have you tell us what you want. Gosh, I mean, I know a lot of people like to put parlays together and you like to see the prices and all that, but use our app, please. Use our website, find our lines, put the bets together, put in your amount. It's going to bring up a QR code. You bring that to us. We scan it. Boom. It's that fast, that easy. You can have many of them ready at one time as well, which is awesome.
And I mentioned it a little bit last week, but do a little bit of homework before you come in. Like, nothing is worse than thinking you have a winning bet, and maybe you didn't understand exactly what the sheet was saying, and you come up to the window and the ticket writer says, hey, sorry, this wasn't a winner. No worse feeling than that. So do a little bit of homework. Make sure you understand how your bet wins. Make sure you understand the payout. And it'll make it for a lot more of an enjoyable experience when you're not, thinking you're gonna have cash in your pocket and you walk away with nothing.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different bets. Like we said, we have 1,200 different bets. I mean, you can even bet on like total punts, right? Will one team not punt the ball? I mean, the yards of the longest punt by each player. I mean,
safeties.
Yeah. When will the first Patriots punt be? What quarter? Like, it's so many different things.
Do you remember that Panthers-Broncos Super Bowl? The first play of the game was a safety.
Yeah.
That was an incredible payout. So these things do happen. Just because they're long shots doesn't mean they never happen.
And somebody in an offensive line uniform scoring a touchdown. That is on the board. Most likely happens because offensive linemen are the most athletic, best looking, most intelligent, funniest people on the team. Most likely happens in the Super Bowl. I think that's plus 2,000 right now.
I think one of my favorite prop bets of the entire game is either team to attempt a 2-point conversion plus 138. All you gotta do is attempt one. You don't even have to convert. Like, I just feel like so many good close games are coming down to some 2-point conversions.
Yeah,
and this is another game too where late. Let's say it's a 7-point game late, and a team brings it towards touchdown, down one late. They might try to get that win right there. It's the biggest game of the year. Why not?
They could. And now I would, I love that one. The one that I don't love, now one that I might actually take the action on, would be the any player to record 7+ passing touchdowns. Listen, you're getting the juice of 250 to 1. It would be worth it if it ultimately happens. God bless whatever quarterback is ultimately breaking the NFL record in this game, but it could be fun. 3.5 sacks in a Super Bowl could best Reggie White's record. Who knows?
Yeah,
those are also on the board.
I'm going to go a little bit simpler than the guys, but I have one that I really like. And, sorry I didn't get this to you sooner. The price has moved a little bit. Hunter Henry to score anytime touchdown, plus 215 right now. It was up around plus 235, plus 240. But I still think there's really great value here. Drake May's first Super Bowl. Who's he going to go to? He's going to go to that safety net, the tight end. I love that prop.
He's been big throughout the postseason as well, and he is a massive red zone target. I think May's going to have to run with his legs if New England's going to have a chance in the game. Obviously, Will Campbell's been a little bit spotty. He's kind of gone up against like some of the best edge rushers in football in their playoff run, but I think his number is right in the mid-30s. I like it with a little plus money at plus 40 rushing yards because I think he's going to have to scramble if they're going to have any chance in the game.
Another one I see that comes every time around the Super Bowl, people talk about total players to attempt a pass, 2.5.
I love that prop, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at that as, okay, both quarterbacks are going to attempt a pass, of course, but will there be another one? Will there be maybe a fake punt where a guy passes the ball? Will even a backup come in for one pass at any point in the game? Will there be a end around the pass? There's so many different ways to do it. These two coaches, I feel like, are more of the conventional coaches that we've seen lately. I would lean no on this one. I'd lean the under 2.5. It's minus 162, but I don't know. I don't see either of these coaches being too tricky. But then again, maybe they'll be contrarian and they'll surprise me.
You bet the don't pass line too?
Sometimes, yeah. if my uncle's shooting, if my uncle's shooting with me, the guy's terrible. I'm on the don't.
Yeah, you gotta play the streaks there, right?
I like it though, because you're right. Like, there's good reason to think that crazily they won't run a trick play in the Super Bowl. You might want to run legitimate stuff in the Super Bowl with your quarterback that you're paying like $35 million with. I like that. I like Austin being a little bit more of the less fun police. I like that role that you're taking up there.
Hey, it's
the under a 162. I'm a fan of that.
It all pays the same, right? It all pays green, whatever the bet is.
It's a 50-50 chance. You're either going to win or you're going to lose.
What are you guys thinking on this MVP prop? We all picked the Patriots at the beginning of the show. We got Drake May at plus 215 currently right now, but if this game is going to go the Patriots' way, you got to think that there's probably some good defense being played. I'm also looking a little bit at Jackson Smith-Njigba at 5-1 for MVP.
Yeah.
That guy is an absolute stud. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think on that.
So I played 3 different random ones for this. I'm on the Patriots. I want to see the Patriots win. I'm trying to find ways that they would win that wouldn't just be Drake May throws for 2 touchdowns and runs for another, right? And then it's clear that he wins it.
Yeah.
I thought there's a fun one of like Christian Gonzalez.
I knew you were going to say that.
Maybe the best corner in football gets his hands on 2 picks from Sam Darnold. I think it's 150-1.
Yeah, 150-1
And
maybe he see ghosts again. I don't know.
I had that one from earlier in the week, and then Travion Henderson massively slept on in the backfield. He has not touched the rock a ton during the postseason, but also they played in a blizzard last week and ran the ball barely. I think if they're going to win, they need some different elements. So I like him a lot. But if Seattle wins, I think Rashid Shaheed is live at plus 2,500. As he returns one for a touchdown, he's been a factor. So those are a couple of fun ones on the outside looking at.
So when the Patriots on the money line are plus 185 and Drake May MVP is only plus 215, that is such a small margin to really increase. Like, if the Patriots win, sure, it's most likely Drake May is going to be the MVP. But they could win it by defensive star, like Billy said. It could be a running back maybe that gets 2 or 3 touchdowns. Like, there's other ways where Drake May at plus 215 is a bet I would not take because you're not getting the value. I'd rather just do the plus 185 and hope someone else makes some big plays.
Austin, it's also interesting because everyone's like, well, he might be the MVP. He might be the MVP, but non-quarterbacks win the MVP in the Super Bowl. They don't in the regular season, right? But Cooper Kupp won this Super Bowl MVP a couple of years ago because I think he had 4 catches on the final drive. It can happen, and it can kind of happen quickly.
Desmond Howard won when the Packers won the Super Bowl in the late 90s.
And if the Seahawks get out early, Kenneth Walker could be live as well. I mean, if the Seahawks get up and they get a little success running the ball, I could see them controlling the clock, and maybe that guy gets in a couple times.
Yeah, just so many different bets. I mean, MVP is a fun one. We have another thing that we always offer anytime touchdowns, right? Well, this week we're offering some player specials. Will either player score a touchdown? So something like Kenneth Walker and Jackson Smith-Njigba, right? You think either of them will score a touchdown, you can bet on that. If you want to bet on like the first touchdown of the game, you can choose a couple different players to get it. It's pretty cool that we have some of these combinations in here this year.
That's one of my favorites is first touchdown. I'm a sick, twisted man, and I play it a lot throughout the year and lose a lot throughout the year on it. However, you're also able to go, and Austin, you'd be able to correct if I'm wrong, just Super Bowl, you're able to bet on guys to score individual quarters, right? Like you have Kenneth Walker to score a touchdown in the third quarter is 4-1. And those are interesting when you think of game flow here as how teams come out of the break. And if you're in the Sportsbook, if you're in the Annex, if you're at Rock and Brews, that would be something, be close to a kiosk once the coin toss happens. And then you know who's going to get the ball in the third quarter. You can get a little bit of built-in value if you know that team's going to get the ball first.
Yeah, another one I really like is Drake May and Sam Darnold, either player to score a touchdown, plus 220. Now remember, this means they have to be the one to cross the end zone, cross the goal line with the ball. Passing won't count. But either quarterback, I mean, I feel like there's going to be some opportunities where they're going to be down, within a few yards. We see, I think shortest touchdown is 1.5 yards, right? Like, why can't we see a QB sneak or a QB draw or something, or a scramble? Even years ago, Rodgers had a rollout, right, where he ran one in. So I mean, it's things can happen.
Will there be a tush that gets pushed in this Super Bowl?
That'd be amazing. I don't know, but if it is, you might win your bet on that plus 220.
I love how you can really take a position too in the Super Bowl betting, right? Like if you're the guy that says, hey, my 5-star lock of the week is the under, well, not only can you bet on points, but you can also bet on team yards, right? You can bet on, by quarter, like you mentioned, you can bet on, all those under receiving props or under rushing props. Like, there's so many ways that you can find a position in the Super Bowl that you just don't really get the opportunity to during the regular season. I love this Seahawks total yards prop. I think it's like 322.5. I like the under on that. I think, like I mentioned, they're going to lean on their running game pretty heavy. Everybody knows what their top receiver can do, but if they lean on that rushing game, you could see that come under pretty easily.
Game to go into overtime is 12-1. Patriots to win in overtime 20-1. Maybe a little bit more value there. It's fun. Do you guys think you see more action or people get their first taste of sports wagering in the Super Bowl or March Madness?
I think Super Bowl. I think it brings more viewers onto the one game, right? March Madness is a lot of fun for, from morning to night, day after day, but Super Bowl is it's 2 weeks leading up to it. You're putting your bets together. You have people coming in that have never been in the building before, wanting to place a bet just because they're interested in this game. It's awesome. I just love the feeling of. I love working on NFL Sundays. Super Bowl Sunday is even better than others because just the one game to focus on. But we're gonna have awesome space in here. We have over 2,000 square foot screen. Reservations are full for the Sportsbook restaurant area. We still have tickets available for the Annex. That's going to be the Yingling tailgate party.
That's the spot.
Yeah, so that's going to include some drinks and food throughout the game. I think they might be doing some drawings to give away some things. It's going to be fun. So we have 3 large projection screens in there, as well as large, I think it's a 75-inch TVs throughout the room, and the kiosks. So if you're someone that you want to watch the game and you want to be placing bets during it, the Annex is the place to be.
And if you've never watched a Super Bowl at a sportsbook, you really don't know what that atmosphere is like. It's incredible because not only are people rooting for their team, but they're also rooting for their bets. They're rooting against their buddy's bet, maybe. Super Bowl parties at home are fun, but there's really nothing like coming out here, experiencing the crowd, living and dying with every play, right? That's probably my favorite thing about the Super Bowl is there's money changing hands every single play on the Super Bowl, and the atmosphere is second to none. So come check it out.
Yeah, you could bet on things like the first drive. Will the first drive have a first down in it or not? Or,
tons of stuff.
Who commits first turnover, so many different things. So, yeah, like you said, people are cashing tickets, throughout the game based on different outcomes.
Yeah.
You guys are going to be the first to hear this. February 19th, reservations are going to go live for the NCAA tournament for seating in the Sportsbook area. So, if you are a listener of our podcast here, you are the first to know that. So, we're not announcing that publicly yet. So, our listeners are hearing that.
Now, Austin, you might have some pull here. Thursday, we do the show on Thursday. That's when the NCAA tournament starts up. We doing a live taping during some games? Are we going to be sitting up here in the mezzanine watching something? What's that look like?
Oh, we got to do something. Yeah, we got to have
live
Zach
one down in the booth.
We got to have Zach bring us some food. That would be the beginning of it.
B13 burger would be nice. Zach, come on now.
Yeah. We got to do something. It's going to be fun. It's always fun. For years I would get together with my friends and I'd just watch these games. I'd be calling off work sick, whatever, But not here. I don't have to call off work sick. I have to come to work to have the fun now. But yeah, man, it's fun. I'm just looking forward to the Super Bowl first this Sunday. We're all on the Patriots. What does that tell us?
That the Seahawks will win.
They're going to cover. Yeah.
I don't like it.
At least Zach's not here to gloat and enjoy his victory with the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl, though. Come on, Zach.
You guys got anything else to add before we go?
Get to the Annex and drink Yingling. You'll enjoy it. Also, I heard one of the drawings is a date in the Sportsbook with Austin Erdina. That's going to be fun. Wow.
Hey, I'll volunteer it.
That's a great prize. That's the one that I'd be trying to
win. Do I get fed or do I have to pay for the meal?
No, you're fed. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. All right. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. That's going to wrap things up for us this week. Whether you're riding with our picks or you plan to create your own, come do it at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Remember to keep it fun, bet responsibly. We'll see you at the window.